Join me on a day where I do some recipe testing for a future boat party that we're hosting and a potential pop-up. So for the boat party, we were tasked with doing fancy feast, like a fancy meal, fancy hors d'oeuvres, about 4 dishes. I don't know how to make fancy food, but Zane, he knows how to make a refined palate. Knows how to present things well. He knows how to bring in different elements and really make it a lot more presentable. Thought of a couple different items for the guest. We're gonna be doing a ceviche of some sort, a lobster roll, beef slider, and a mango sticky rice. The beef slider, probably one of the simpler ones that we're thinking of, as a bihari galbi, kind of a desi Korean mix. And if you want a little bit more description on it, let me know. I can make another video. Our main focus was the ceviche and the lobster roll. For the ceviche, we wanted to try a bunch of different sauces out, so you can see that we pulled everything out, the whole works. We want to keep it a little bit on the East Asian side with a little bit of desi mixture into it. So we have rice vinegar, mirin, non-alcoholic mirin, lime juice, coconut milk, and salt, bonito. Trying to combine a couple different ones at pani puri masala. And we tried 2 different variations. One was like a mango nectar with dashi, rice vinegar, lime juice, and the dashi was a little bit overpowering, so we couldn't really go with that. So we decided to go without the dashi.
It's missing something.
Good. It's missing something.
I can tell right away. I can tell right away.
With that, we topped it with some scallop that we dusted with lime and sugar and salt to cure it. Diced it up, and then topped it with a slaw of mango, cilantro, onions, and then a little bit of the pani puri juice. We put that all in a pani puri. With one bite, you want that explosion. That explosion is like very tasty, but it's a little bit too much for an hors d'oeuvre. So we decided to kind of switch it onto just like a soup spoon. With that soup spoon, we did the same exact thing, a little bit less on the water, and then crush some of the pani puri chips on top, which adds like a lot of balance in all the flavor. You still get some of that explosion, and then the crunchiness just comes from all the other ingredients that we added on top. A definite hit. Very simple, and then it's kind of like, re-looking at pani puri. What else can it be? What can those flavors kind of exist? Because you want the sweet, you want the spicy, you want the salty, and you want that explosion of flavor, like the pops in your mouth, and that's what I was looking for. For the lobster banh mi, that was a little bit more difficult. We wanted to go with the banh mi kind of flavors instead of just basic lobster. But my goal is always to combine both ideas into one. So how do you bring both of those elements together? So for a banh mi, usually some sort of some herbs in there, pickled cucumbers, pickled carrots, daikon. So we had some of that. With the lobster roll, it's usually I was going with a cold one. So you got mayo, lemon juice, dill, and then we also added in some coconut milk, cilantro, and mint to kind of keep it all balanced out. And then we just poach some lobster and mix it into that sauce. It came out really herbaceous. Our first attempt here, we probably made the sauce a little bit too watery. So in our next attempt, we're going to go with a little bit more cream base. So a little bit more mayo, a little less coconut milk, but keeping the herb so it all mixes and combines really well. And we can also transition this into a chicken roll, which would actually come out a lot simpler. And then, you got 2 dishes with one sauce. So we're also trying to think of, hey, how do we execute a catering party for a boat that we've never done before? But I think we can. How do you reuse a couple of different ingredients? So that's what our goal was. But those 2 dishes came out pretty good. Again, this is our first day of just testing items. So we'll probably rerun this again to see what we can do better and what we can do different. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. I'll make more of them. I think I talked too long, but we're planning on doing this boat event and we're planning to do pop-ups. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. Maybe you can be invited to our dawat.